This is weird.
Yeah. This is weird.
So that's what you look like. You look nothing like your profile photo.
I don't like the in person. This is weird.
The adult beverages are poured, the kids are asleep. Welcome to New Dad Gaming, a show about fatherhood, gaming, and new fathers figuring out their gaming lives. My name is Trevor, and I have a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old.
And I'm Jeff. I have a 8-year-old and a 5-year-old, and I'm staring into your eyes.
Yeah, it's just... So peek behind the curtain is the show is always recorded remotely between dad lives and any number of things. Like we don't do this in person together.
No.
But today,
Yeah.
like I'm looking at you.
Yeah.
This is weird.
Yeah.
Be interesting to see if it changes the audio at all. Like,
Yeah, maybe.
twice the giggles, I suppose.
I think so. Yeah.
But so it was great because we got a chance to get together here for recording, and it is appropriate because this will be a bit of a different episode. Good one all the same. But, I mean, firstly, what a great year it's been.
Absolutely.
So many exciting things with the show. New segments we tried and got to connect with so many other gaming dads.
Yep.
I think we had such a blast this year. And talking about what we're going to be coming into the new year, it's really exciting. Like we're really going to be trying some new items, a lot more community.
Yes. Yep.
Keep going with the gaming dad victories.
Yeah, I think that's a good portion of the show. But yeah, we do want to reach out on other mediums and platforms. So
yeah, so for instance, we just launched on Instagram literally tonight.
we're new to Instagram.
Have you heard about this Instagram
I don't know. Have
thing?
you?
Apparently we hadn't, because Luddites that we are. But so we're on Instagram now as well. We're going to keep going with the Facebook group.
Yep.
And the New Year's got a lot of big things which we're really excited about.
Yeah.
And of course, obviously a massive thank you to everybody listening and who's subscribed, who's sent us letters and notes and everything. It's been an honor, really, to game with such fellow dads.
Yeah, and stay with us because it is an exciting time. I think we'll ramp it up and put out more content, more unique content, and more personal content where we can kind of share our experiences as well. We've heard about yours. Let's share our own.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that all being said, so one thing that you're all going to notice is we're going to go on a bit of a holiday hiatus. We were looking at the holiday schedules with kids and families and everything.
Yeah, exactly.
And it just wasn't going to work. There was going to be some quality dips. So we thought, we'll just go ahead and put it on a temporary hiatus just until the new year.
Just pause menu, continue. The flashing continue pause. We'll get back to it.
A slow countdown with a Zangief fall beat up.
That's right. Yeah.
But so we will be back in the new year. We are going to launch. We will be recording a Gaming Dad Award show.
Yes.
Of the year, do that yearly. So
yep.
Now with that in mind, call out to everybody listening to the show if you have any ideas for topics you'd like to see covered. Something to the effect of best game of the year, best game to play with your kid. Worst game to play with your kid.
Not appropriate. Yeah, exactly. Any category that is dad and gaming related, we're looking for, and we have a few in mind, but we're reaching out to the community too. If you have any ideas, fire across Facebook, Instagram, even our website or email, something to get in touch with us.
Yeah, so expect that great email, but then as I said, you'll notice there's going to be a good number of weeks where we'll be offline as we're taking care of dad duties over the holidays, but expect us to be back and leveled up in middle of January or so. Yes. But speaking of engagement and great letters from the community, we got a heck of a letter from a gaming dad.
So a gaming dad going by Matthew emailed us, and he was talking, he listened to one of our episodes where we were talking about screen time before bed. And he had an experience he wanted to share with us, which was to get it back to gaming and reading with his 4-year-old daughter. He has recommended this site where it's a book that you can create yourself and input your own kind of storyline. And it deals with gaming, almost like a Dungeons and Dragons kind of idea. And he does it with his daughter to read to her at night, but also insert that gaming aspect to it to make it fun. And she's taken quite a liking to it, where they've made this really cool character that him and his daughter have come up with called Princess Punch, which is a great name. And that name's followed them into the gaming aspect, where they're in Fallout 76 and No Man's Sky and Skyrim as Princess Punch. So...
Now, if I understand with this particular RPG book, it allows him to read to her and then she can make decisions, no?
Yeah. So they can make decisions based on where that narrative's going to go. And again, that's kind of almost just gaming in the reading form, the choose your own adventure style of interacting with your kids. So you can have that in there. And then when you're going to a game like Skyrim, Fallout, whatever, you have those interactions that are the same kind of idea. Yeah. So
no, I liked how the thought of it, where I've seen some great examples where incredibly creative dads or story fluent fathers are able to spin narratives and have kind of ongoing stories with their kids.
Yeah,
I've heard of such things, but I sometimes worry I wouldn't be able to come up with something that'd be narratively interesting for my kids. So this is actually a pretty big interest to me, and the thought that you can customize it a bit, it's for your kid, and then experience this together, but it's reading, and it's kind of it's instilling that, like, the fun of reading too, where this is you, like, you're putting yourself in the book, and it's adventure, and that's what some of the greatest parts about reading is. So I mean, anything you can do to instill excitement in reading with your kids is awesome.
Yeah, and he even goes on to say that they insert details about what happened with her at school in the book, so he's finding out more about her day, where she's not necessarily coming up with those details voluntarily, but in this kind of story-driven gaming reading aspect to it, she's delivering those details. So he's finding out more about how her day was without. I know I have kids, and to pull details out about how your day was at school is pulling teeth. So even getting those details out. It's truly a good resource, and it's through Drive-Through RPG. But again, that link is up on our Facebook page. And that's where these books are kind of held and sold. So if you want to take a look, you can go there and see what's up. But with my kids too, and just the whole reading aspect and gaming aspect, looking back on this year, they've grown up so much. And I feel old saying it, but it is like a blink of an eye, where the years gone by so quickly. They're older now. They're not these little toddlers. I know Trevor's in the toddler age still, but they're potty trained. They're off on their own. They're making their own decisions. But even with a holiday season approaching, I'm getting gaming requests, which I've never had before.
Dang.
And now I get to kind of like, oh, you want Smash Brothers? Let's look at Smash Brothers.
Honey,
why not?
Darling, it's not for me.
Yeah,
the kids want. What do you want me to do?
Exactly.
Gotta have some Santa Smash Brothers. It's the kids. It's not me.
I have to humor them. Come on, let's try this out.
2 sets of requests for gaming coming from kids.
Yeah,
that gets to help you stockpile your collection.
Yeah, exactly. And it's stuff that we're getting into that we can play together. And my youngest one wants to play Unravel. Which is this little yarny kind of guy that goes through, and I can play with him. So it's a neat time to be into. But I'm amazed at how fast that's happened over the years. So
now, would you ever? Now, is it like you want to go? Would you put yourself back there if you could go back for a month of having like a 2-year-old?
Okay, a month.
1 month, yet an entire month you have to survive. Like, would you possibly go back?
The memories, I could say I maybe not totally. I kind of miss the cuddling. It's the cuddles and the cute voices and them learning the words, and not necessarily playing how to play Mario Kart. They're still kind of learning. Now they're kind of off on their own, doing their own thing, and they're starting to get away from asking for my help. I'm like, no, this is my zone. I can help this. So I don't know if I go back for a month, just knowing that there's sleepless nights and potty training again. But it would be a good glimpse if I could have a glimpse again. Put it that way. But
I keep trying to think. It feels like that's going to be recurring for us.
Yeah,
forever now.
Great, eh?
Because I was thinking, even for myself, because I had going through the mall, I was just seeing these like tiny babies
Right.
like 1 year old or less, as they're, or you can call it like 6 months, and they're just grasping the neck.
Yep. Yeah.
Like they're holding on to the parents so tight.
Yeah.
Whilst being kind of relatively calm because they can't do anything else. They're a baby.
Yeah.
You just see those little hands reaching around to the back of the neck and holding it, like, oh,
It's cute. It's cute.
so small.
It's so small, but then all the other stuff comes with it. So yeah, it's a.
Don't get to sleep. I don't get to eat.
You're just getting out of that stage too. You.
They're not playing any games. I mean,
No, yeah, you got to get them
useless.
into that. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, I think I'll buoy you off of that, because I'd think first, obviously, like the potty training will forever be seared in my mind as one of the greatest things that's ever happened to my household.
It is a milestone. Yeah.
It's just life is so much better.
Yeah.
But then to have that same kid also complete his first Mario Kart,
Again.
and we just posted a photo of it, it's so good.
Does that beat the potty training? How do you weigh that?
Oof.
Like that's in terms of memory. I don't know.
I'll say one of the disappointing ones, I had so I had the Nintendo DS, bought it for $1 and a song type of thing. But I gave it to him. I have Mario Kart for it.
Right.
And I thought to myself, okay, if he could get into Mario Kart on this dinky little system,
Yes.
which, I'm not going to care if it sets on fire or
Drops in the toilet, whatever.
right, that'd be great. Plus just on the go in the car,
Yeah.
that'd be nice. Mario Kart's gotten easier as it's gone, because he just could not
No.
get through it. It was just constant circles, just into the wall all the time. It was nowhere close. And somehow when I was watching him do it on the Switch,
Yeah.
it was obviously he's not winning any cups, but
Not yet.
he certainly got through.
Yes.
Definitely got through it, right? So it feels like the new ones have just more forward momentum.
Yeah.
Would be a good way to say that.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Because I've had my kids go on that, and that new system with the new guiding system that's in Mario Kart now. Yeah, it's definitely propelling them forward. Where the older game, I think you'd spin around in U-turns a little much. It's just
That's kind of how notable though for us gaming dads, where the fact that is a feature,
yeah,
right? Because when we cut our teeth,
Yeah,
it was harsh.
it was. Do you remember some of those games? I'm pretty sure they're impossible to beat. Like I remember growing up where you get 3 lives, that'd be it. Like your game's done.
I'll do like Battletoads. It's like
Battletoads, don't even mention that. It brings back nightmares.
some of the awful hitboxes with Mortal Kombat. Like
yeah.
there's some of the worst stuff. And even with Mario Kart, right?
Yeah.
I can remember some of those titles where if your slide game wasn't on point, you are flailing off the map,
Exactly.
right? Every
yeah.
time.
Yeah, no.
But that's a good thing though, because I don't think when we're playing them, it's not as if we're having those games and saying, "Oh, this isn't fun."
Right.
We're still enjoying it. These are still good titles,
Yeah.
but they also just walked it back
Yeah.
so much, in a sense that there's modes or settings where your little guy can enjoy. Yeah.
Right. I think it's an accessibility feature. Like, you don't want them frustrated. You get them in there, and then there are other modes to up the ante, so to speak, so you can take off those guidance, those little baby steps. So
Exploration mode, infinite life mode. Those are great things. It's such a great time to be a gaming dad for those reasons.
yeah, exactly. My kids have had a blast with that stuff. Even all the Mario games, again, implement those features, which are great to have.
Yeah, it's an interesting time. Gaming is so prevalent now, right? Like it is very much in the mass culture. And one thing that kind of calls it to mind is that I was in there's a Walmart actually for Christmas shopping.
Okay.
Toy section, picking up some things for the nieces and nephews, a couple things for my little guys, and without hyperbole, without exaggeration, 50% of the toys were game related.
That's crazy to me.
I am talking like Minecraft figurines, Minecraft Lego.
Yeah.
We're talking Overwatch figures. Like there's all like the whatever pop characters, like the things with the big heads and cartoonish.
yeah.
There's a ton of game characters within that.
Jeez.
Beyblade, Pokemon, just like 50%. It's all just gaming now. There are Fortnite action figures. there is I will repeat that. There is Fortnite
Yeah.
action figures.
What a world we live in right now.
Like, to have it permeate so deep. And I wish I'd looked up the title before we got on the show. Maybe we do a famous Google search.
Oh, you want a Google search? Let's do this.
It's Inky or Blinky. Inky, I think, is where it is. Look for indie game Inky. Sorry, indie game Inky.
Bendy and the Ink Machine?
Yep, that's the one.
Okay.
So Bendy and the Ink Machine. It had a whole series of characters. You could buy all 6 characters as a set.
Wow.
That's how minute it's getting now.
That is an indie title. That is not a huge, it's Joey Drew Studios. So, and
Right.
he's in Walmart.
Yeah, he was fairly prominent.
Yeah.
So this isn't just, Fortnite Nerf guns.
No, yeah.
This is how prevalent this is becoming. So it's something, man. It's different. It's almost weird in a way because we came up with gaming, played it a bunch.
Yep.
We feel like we know gaming.
Yeah.
But somehow it now feels entirely new and so much bigger and wider
Yeah.
than what we know.
A bigger spectrum. Like
Are we
now,
old?
I think that's just happened. I think you just proved it. Great, thanks. I think that's it. Am I my parents?
I was looking, and then for instance, though, I saw it starts to get tricky, and we obviously talked about some of the stuff we want to start doing a lot more of in the new year with content. And
Right.
I think one thing we want to help out with is, I don't want to call it shady practices, but just ensuring that gaming dads and just gaming parents are well loaded on information. Like one of the things that I saw, they were selling the Fortnite game. Yes. They were selling Fortnite.
Yep.
Now I have to assume that it hopefully comes with V-Bucks or whatever, so it's not necessarily a ripoff, but otherwise it's $30 to buy Fortnite.
Yeah.
And no. That's a very free game.
Yeah.
On everything. Do you have a calculator? It goes on the calculator.
Yeah. And that was part of the problem, because we posted about that too, where there is a Nintendo Switch Fortnite game and the case is empty. So, and grandparents and parents will go and buy that for their kids because they know about who doesn't know about Fortnite, and they're going to get an empty case with a code to go more V-Bucks or whatever the discount is in game.
I'll say just in passing, when I look at it, it just looks like the Fortnite game. It doesn't look like this is Fortnite V-Bucks. Because that should be just a card.
Yeah,
right?
Like a gift card kind of thing, right? You buy it, and they probably do have that as well.
Which is,
that's different.
And that's fine. It's a free game, and if you want to have the super special shark backpack,
go for it.
Man, I could understand that. I literally quite understand that as a gift for a kid.
Yeah.
He really wants to get the shark backpack.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Go spend it. Sure.
Understood. But this just looked like a game. So that's certainly something we want to be.
Well, that's where we're going, right? With all this stuff now is you have to be up on your game. And that's what we hope to deliver to our audience too, is where we see this stuff and we're interacting with this stuff too, is to kind of put that public service announcement out to dads and parents. So
yeah, I think that's definitely got to be one of the goals where we've talked about it, where we want to see have the community's content and victories and great stories and notices, whatever, kind of make its way onto the show.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
I think this is much more about a gaming dad conversation than it is about two guys and a mic.
Though that is great. Again, I'm looking in your eyes.
No, we are wonderful.
But yeah, we want to hear from our listeners in the community at large and get their input on the show. And we're not two voices of all reason. We give our take on things, so it's good to hear those other viewpoints too.
God, I think by far, some of my favorite moments, if not clearly my favorite moments, were definitely with the gaming dad victories.
Yes, absolutely.
Do you remember when the one kid, the gaming dad, sends in the photo of his kid discovering VR?
Yeah, that look.
And the look,
yeah,
so perfectly timed. The look of awe and wonder in his face.
Yeah,
it's just, man, I still go back sometimes and watch it.
Yeah, no, and those have really come across as good experiences for us as well. And the one that sticks out in my mind is the recent one with the kid that made the statue for his dad, the clay statue for something he completed in game. So again, those are real experiences, and we hope to live those out as well and hear about them as something great for us and the show and for hopefully the community as well. So
Yeah, I can remember with it was Gaming Dad Muhammad, and he with his two little guys as he's playing through. Now was that it's an RPG? I can't remember the title. It's an annoyingly long Japanese title.
Oh yeah. I think we have something on our Facebook on that, right? Is that right?
But he's sitting with his two kids, and he was describing the scene where the one kid is. It's like, oh no, like getting worried about the end boss, and that one of the more hopeful. I'm telling you, this is just therapy for me. Where it's look, it gets better eventually. Like your kids will be right there. You could just play with them.
Yeah,
it's really wonderful. And like the interaction he had with his kid playing that game, they're doing it together. It's a family moment.
Yeah.
Oh,
well, that's the goal. Like that's where we want to be.
So yeah, we want to keep hitting on those, and man, if there's no other public service, it's just like, don't worry, gaming dad.
yeah, exactly. We're all kind of going through the same thing together, so we're trying to figure it out, and to hear about the gaming dad victories and your other comments through Facebook and all that stuff it's good for us to hear, and again to put that back out. So
let's give a bit of a preview for the Gaming Dad Awards. So just off the cuff, so this isn't planned.
Yep.
But off the top of your head, off the cuff.
Okay.
Listening to your heart.
Yep. My heart, okay.
What would be some of the contenders for the best dad game of the year?
So the best dad game of the year, for me, off the cuff, off the top of my head, is God of War. I had so much fun with that game, and just he is a dad in the game. So you do get a sense of that connection with his son, and to have that in a game, and you're going through it, and the emotional roller coaster that happens, no spoilers or anything, that really stood out for me, and I would totally recommend that as the dad game of the year. Just for me, obviously not really for kids, but
not quite
for the dad game of the year. But what about yourself?
I think a lot of people agree with you.
Yeah.
Now I haven't beat it yet.
You're getting there. Backlog.
Piece by piece.
Yep.
But I could see that being it. I guess what I'd kind of lean towards would be not only from my own love of the game, but the constant reinforcement from other dads who have played it. Like No Man's Sky just keeps seeming to give.
Yeah.
And its aesthetic and its sense of wonder and its scale. Like it's certainly something that you could put a kid in front of, and I think just some of the emotions you could draw out of them. And also, that too was one of my kids' first games this year. Like it was something my son really got into, and he said, "Hey, go to that planet," and like off we go.
How cool is that too, right? That discovery, right?
Yeah, can we go there? Like, yes, we can.
Yes, absolutely. Let's fuel up the spaceship. Let's go.
Can I shoot that monster? Why, yes, you can. I prefer you didn't, you little monster, but okay. Overwatch 2 would be one.
Okay.
We saw that come up a lot this year.
Yep.
With gaming dads. There was that one gaming dad victory where he had bought and built his kid a gaming rig, if you remember, because he was out on sales calls.
Yep. And they played together.
They played that. That's the one game they would connect on.
Yeah.
And that was kind of a constant thread with Overwatch particularly. So there was the Diva PC that the one great gaming dad built. It was a beautiful piece of machine that he'd built specifically for his daughter just because she loved Diva so much. So there was something about that game that seemed to really connect parents, which was interesting.
And they have a lot of character-driven stuff in that too, right? And they're always pumping out new characters that people can kind of get in touch with, and kids gravitate to that stuff too. So yeah, I could see. If you've listened to the show, I can't get a hold on Overwatch, so there's colors on screen, there's lots going on, but you never know. Maybe I dive back in when my oldest starts to go that way. So
I think what we have to do is create a new dad gaming team.
Squad. Let's go.
See if we can get some pro sponsorship going too.
I think so. Yeah, I think that's where it's at. I think that's where we're headed.
That was interesting to see too from a gaming dad perspective. I mean, we're all old now, relatively.
Right.
But the Overwatch League, Hearthstone professional, Fortnite tournaments.
Yes.
I mean, this is just quickly becoming $1 trillion industry.
Easily.
Now, one of the things, from my previous story with Walmart, one of the things you could buy was a poster of Ninja.
How crazy.
From Fortnite. So
I just that's where we're at, and that's Ninja's definitely made his name for himself in Fortnite, and to have a poster of him hanging up in your bedroom. These are like rock stars for kids now. Like
Rockstar athletes. Like, it's not Michael Jordan.
No, but
It's not AC/DC. No, oh, that's still old.
now we're showing our age. Hold on.
Yeah, that's too old. I was trying to think of it. Like
Nirvana.
Pearl
You can
Jam,
say
Nirvana. Okay, yeah. Okay,
we
thanks.
can go there.
We're not AC/DC. It's wildly inappropriate.
Too far, but
Okay, Nirvana.
yeah.
Perfect.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, again, like that's hanging up in your bedroom, in your kid's bedroom now. Like that's
Ninja. I'm gonna be like Ninja when I grow up.
that blue hair, you just that's where it's gonna go. So yeah.
Man, power to him, man. But that's where we're gonna have to get to.
Well, it's pretty soon it'll be our faces on those posters.
Yeah, us and all the gaming dad pictures. That would be a pretty sweet poster.
That's
actually.
right, I think so.
Put together all those images, but I think they'll wrap it up for us. As I said, so no other way to say it except thank you everybody so much for listening.
Yes.
This has been such a fantastic year, and I think we enter the new year being really energized and excited to see what else we can do, and that very much happens with everybody. So
Yeah.
the Facebook group is going to be active the entire time, and obviously we'll be here on email and Instagram, everything else. So if you have any ideas, any questions, any show concepts you'd like to pitch our way, and of course the Gaming Dead victories, that's the stuff that we live and breathe on.
Yeah.
Gets me through those 5 a.m. mornings, knowing that's going to get better. So thanks everybody, and please keep it coming.
Yes, absolutely. Again, yeah. Thanks for tuning in and all your comments across everything we put out. And yeah, we would love to hear from you and get ready for 2019.
So we'll do some of the official stuff. So this has been New Dad Gaming. So you can find us on our website at newdadgaming.com, as well as on our Facebook group and our Instagram. It's blowing up as we speak.
We've made it.
Twitter and everything else. If you'd like to subscribe to this podcast, you can find us on Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and anywhere else you can subscribe to your podcasting. Until next week, my name is Trevor. Well, not next week, but until next time.
Yep.
My name is Trevor, and I have a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old.
And I'm Jeff. I have an 8-year-old and a 5-year-old.
Now, as the perfect way to cap this off, if you can bring up Matt's email.
Yep.
To sign it off, in the email from Matthew, he signed off with an incredible one-liner that I don't think any of us could ever top. So why don't we go ahead, Jeff, and give the people Matthew's word.
I say we all find a quiet afternoon to nap.
See you next week.
See ya.